This will be for the con assignment slope-intercept intro. Alright, remember the equation for a line in slope-intercept form. It is just y equals mx plus b. Okay, m is your slope. That's the number that is with x. And b is your y-intercept. Okay, that's a dash right there. That's not a minus sign. So the y-intercept is where it hits the y-axis. So wherever you have the y-intercept, right, if you have a graph, all right, and you have a line, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. The point where the line hits the y-axis is your y-intercept. Okay, and at the y-axis, x is always equal to 0 at the y-intercept. So for the y-intercept, x is going to be 0. Alright? So they're asking us, what is the y-intercept of y equals 1 plus 6x? So if we want to match this equation, we can write it as y equals mx plus b. So instead of 1 plus 6x, I'm going to make it 6x plus 1. And you see now it matches, y equals mx plus b. Alright, see that it matches. So the b is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is just 1. And we said at the y-intercept, x equals 0. So if the y-intercept is 1, the point is going to be 0, comma, 1. Alright, the x is 0, and the y is 1. This is x, comma, y. Okay, so it's going to be 0, comma, 1. That's answer A. Alright, so just remember for the y-intercept, x is always going to be 0. And whatever the y-intercept number is, that's what you get for the y-coordinate. Okay, complete the equation whose slope is -2 and y-intercept is 0, comma, -8. So remember the slope-intercept equation for the line, y equals mx plus b. Alright, so they said the slope is -2, so that goes in place of m. Okay, you can just rewrite the x, and b, the y-intercept, is going to be this value right here. Remember, we said x equals 0, but the y-intercept is going to be the number where it hits the y-axis. So that's a -8 for the b. Alright, so that's it. You just put that in the box. They put the y there already. So you just put -2x minus 8. -2x minus 8. You can use this negative sign, or you can just use the dash on the keyboard. Okay, what is the slope of y equals 4 minus 2x? So remember, we're looking at y equals mx plus b. Okay, and slope is m, the number that's with x. So you can see right here, it's -2. Alright, but just in case you can't see it, I'm going to rewrite it so it matches. So we want y equals mx plus b. I'm going to write y equals negative 2x plus 4. It's the same thing. And you can see that m is just negative 2. Alright, the y-intercept is 4, but they didn't ask for that. So m is the slope, and you just put negative 2 in the box. Alright, what is the y-intercept of y equals negative 3x? So if you have y equals mx plus b, and you match it up, y equals negative 3x, you can see there's no b here. Alright, so this is just the same as plus 0. Since there's no b, b equals 0. Alright, and that's the y-intercept. Remember, at the y-intercept, x is always 0. But here we have b equals 0, so y is also equal to 0. Okay? So that translates to 0, 0. The x is 0 and the y is 0. Answer C. Alright, so whatever your y-intercept is, the value for b, that's going to be the value for y. And at the y-intercept, x is always 0.